Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Radio Show on wearehotline.net, and joining us today is the owner of Uniquely. Please welcome Regina Neal to the show. How are you doing, Regina?
I'm wonderful, Nikki. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Very good. I'm glad that you're here with us, and I know you have an incredible story to share. So let's get to it. Tell me, how did you create Uniquely? Tell us what your background is leading up to where you are now.
Well, Uniquely kind of came out of my life because I had many ups and downs in my life and suffered from being really shy and not stepping out of my comfort zone. And I had to fumble my way around through life just trying to figure out how to have a better life because I was not happy where I was. Mm-hmm. And being a single mom at age 23, after going through one marriage, I had to step out of my comfort zone on behalf of my children, even though I was not anxious to do that. And in 1985, I was introduced to a book by Zig Ziglar and called See You at the Top. And as I read that, I learned that I could change, that I had the power to change my life. And I started working on that. And little by little, I became more confident, stepped out of my comfort zone, and did different things to boost myself up. And even though, I had steps going up, many times I've got knocked back down the ladder and had to rebuild myself again because as things happen in life, it affects our confidence and we have to start all over again or, start at some point, like to come back up again. But as I was learning and as I teach people, that once you've learned certain steps, it's easy then to apply them to your life and get started back into building yourself up again.
Absolutely.
So through that, and of course, as I learned things, I would share it with people I knew. And then finally, after being laid off several times from 3 different jobs, I decided I didn't want to have a secure job anymore. I would create my own business, and I thought I would use my experiences and turn it into a business and help others. And that's where Uniquely came from, because Uniquely is all about you.
Fantastic. Now, who are the people that come to you, and what kind of services do you offer?
Mostly it's women right now and families. I work with them because they have the biggest reach, because with women, they'll pass on what they learn to their children, to their husbands, to their boyfriends. So not only am I working just with one person, I'm working with a woman that is connected to that woman. And they come to me for different reasons. Sometimes it's just working in a particular area, like being able to speak in public, or sometimes it's just working on a dating issue, or maybe it's an image issue, that they want a little bit makeup or learn how to, put together a wardrobe or something like that. So it's different areas that I work with people on, and sometimes it's money. It's really big with money. There's lots of people. We make it, we spend it. Don't learn anything in between, right? So I help people with that as well.
Awesome. And what is your area? Where do you normally offer your services? Is it mostly in the Toronto GTA, or do you go outside?
Yeah, usually it's the GTA right now. I do some phone coaching as well, so that people, if we can't, get together. I like working with workshops because mostly there we can work together in a group, and I can help more people at a time as opposed to one-on-one. And it's also more affordable in the group workshop. And some people go through the group workshop and they say, okay, I've got some things that I want to talk to you personally about, so they hire me separately to do some private work. But most time, from the workshop, they go away, work on a little bit, and then they come back and say, I want to take that class over again because now I got some more things I want to learn. And
awesome.
That's what I do.
Okay. What are the biggest lessons, do you think, that you've been able to share with your clients? What have they gotten from working with you?
I think a new way of thinking is probably the biggest, because lots of times we defeat ourselves by the way we think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, assume something is true about ourselves, and therefore we don't step out of that zone because it's like, oh, well, you know what, I can't do that, so I'm not even going to try. But by questioning, well, what makes you think you can't do it? Have you ever tried? No. I was told I couldn't do it, or somehow I believed I couldn't, so I never tried. Goes, well, let's try it and see if you can do it. And they tried it, and it was like, yeah, I can do this. I don't know why I thought I couldn't. So it's just adjusting attitude a little bit and questioning why we believe certain things, because many of us grew up with superstitions and rhymes and that we believe to be true growing up, and think it's still true, but it's really not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What was a lie that was told to you when you were little? I mean, I was told, that certain things involving media, that I would have to fit into a certain size in order to have acceptance, by the majority of people watching. So I know that was a lie. But what was your experience?
I don't know so much of the lies I was told, but more lies I believed.
Mm-hmm.
I found out when I was 13 that I was born before my mother was married. My father wasn't really my father. So I believed that I wasn't wanted. And my father and I had, a little bit of a rough spot when I was younger, so I thought for some reason he didn't like me. And then when I heard that, I thought, well, it must be true. He doesn't like me. Mm-hmm. But that was all my assumption. My
right.
told me that. And I believed it to be true till I was about 50. And then I found out that, hey, I was meant to be here. I wasn't a mistake. I have a perfect hear this with other people, that most times what they believe could be wrong. So to challenge people on that. And other things that I believed, I had an experience with in grade 7 with some girls who were pretty and rich. So I assumed that pretty girls, pretty women were snobs. They weren't nice, and neither were rich people. And I believed that till I was 30, when I met some beautiful women who were really nice, and I thought, well, I guess pretty women can be nice. And I also met some people who, had money, but yet they were also nice. So both my belief system in those areas were wrong, but yet I believed it to be true all those years. So I'm trying to break that off of people, that they think, you know what, did you believe it? Do you really believe that to be true, and why is it true? And most times it's not true. We lived our life in a lie and missed out on a whole lot because we believed that lie. It interfered with our confidence and prevented us from stepping forward and enjoying life to our fullest.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's the lies, the misunderstandings, the fear that hold us back from our true potential. So what you're doing through Uniquely is helping people become unstuck.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
I was stuck for too long in my life, and I don't want other people to go through that if I can have anything to do with it.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Regina, how can people contact you if they want your advice?
They can reach me on my website. It's uniquely.biz, and unique is spelled YOUNIQUELY.biz. And my email is just Regina at uniquely.biz.
Okay. And if someone wants to, someone is feeling stuck right now, and they want to just, move out of that place, what would you give them as encouragement right now?
I think the best thing is to, kind of have a little talk to themselves and ask where they are stuck, like what particular thing that they're believing that they can't get over, and ask, is it true? And is it true for me? Because it may be true to somebody else, it may be true in the world, but it's not necessarily true for me. And if it's not, and even if it was true one time, it still, again, may not be true for today. Because one time we believed, the earth was flat. And it was true for everybody who believed it, but it wasn't true. So I know that's far away, but the same thing, it's questioning, is it true? And, what can you do? Is there one little thing, something you can do to move forward? Like, for example, I just had a conversation with somebody recently about she was feeling a little bit stressed, right? She said she was having a panic attack. Right, so during conversations, I was just talking to her and said, well, what is it you're thinking about right now? And tell me what you're thinking about. And it's like, well, is that true? Is that really going to happen? Or do you think it's going to happen? But do you really think it's going to happen? Do you think that is for sure? Right? Or is it possible that it could be this way? So she thought about it and said, you know what, it could be the other way. I don't know why I am sure it was going to happen this way. So just a little bit of conversation, probably about 10 minutes, and she was feeling so much better.
Right. It's just shifting the attitude, shifting the mindset.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Regina, and I want to just say that the listeners are, I'm sure really fascinated with what you shared with us today. If you just tuned in just now to listen to the interview, you can hear the entire interview for the whole month on wearehotline.net, 11 a.m. to noon, Monday to Friday. So, Regina, thank you so much for your time, and I want to wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And if your listeners would like to call in for a complimentary phone consultation, then they can contact me on my website.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you again. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now.